They think it's all over the minute you're over 50, right? And I love showing them that actually, no, you can look as amazing in your 50s or later, 60s, 70s, as you can when you're younger.
In this podcast, me and my generous guests delve deep into the world of menopause. Get ready to embrace the change. Welcome to Moving Through Menopause. I'm so thrilled and so excited. I'm beside myself. Here in the room with me today is Nicky Hambleton-Jones. Welcome, Nikki, to the podcast.
Hi, Phillipa. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here.
It's so wonderful to have you on the show. I'm really excited to delve into style over 50, cheering ourselves up after getting stuck in a rut. So we need some fashion CPR. So, Nikki, you're famed for presenting that show 10 years younger that I used to watch, actually. I loved that show. Those transformations. It's just awesome, isn't it?
Right?
I know. And now you're doing it all over again on ITV this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they keep you busy.
Yeah, I just love showing people their potential, their untapped potential, right? Because so many people stop believing that they have the potential to look different, to feel different, to regain their confidence. They think it's all over the minute you're over 50, right? And I love showing them that actually, no, you can look as amazing in your 50s or later, 60s, 70s, as you can when you're younger.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's true. But some of us need a bit more help than others.
Yeah, and that's where I come in, right? That's my job, is to support and help you and guide you to your best self that you may not have met yet.
Your best self you may not have met yet. Oh gosh, I love that. So today I'm going to give you the opportunity to delve into my wardrobe.
Oh my God.
I know. I've got some pictures. I won't be taking my clothes off. You'll be glad to know. I've got some pictures that I'm going to show you, and I hope that you'll give me some constructive advice.
Okay. So you want me to critique what you're wearing, do you?
Well, yes, and give me some suggestions where I could improve.
Okay.
I'll tell you the backstory. This is me and my husband at a wedding in May. And you know what? The truth of it is, I didn't buy a new dress. I'm wearing the jacket, even though it's quite warm, because I really am self-conscious about the tops of my arms. I think that's probably an area of the body that lots of ladies of my age find a bit frightening.
100%. Tricky. Yeah.
So you can't see my feet. I had tights on and some patent leather shoes that I thought were rather nice, but comfortable, needless to say.
And what color were your shoes?
Well, do you know what, Nikki? They were black.
And the tights were flesh colored?
No, I went a grey colour, so it would go with the blue and the black. That was my thinking anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. You know what? In terms of fit, it's perfect, right? So it's flattering, it fits you well, no issues there. When I first looked at it, I thought it was more of a somber occasion that you were in this outfit. It definitely didn't look joyful like a wedding. I think it just lacks a bit of color. So I totally get that you want to cover your arms. I probably would have said, let's put in a bit of color in your jacket, just to break up the navy. What about some fuchsia pink in the jacket? And then maybe some pink shoes, just to add a little bit of fun and joy to it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than that all over navy that's elegant, but quite heavy and it feels more corporate than fun, wedding, fabulous. Obviously, I don't know what the dress code was. Maybe it was a really formal wedding. But to me, it lacks fun. It lacks color. It's a celebratory event. And it doesn't look like that.
No. You know what? I actually went shopping for this event twice. And I came back with nothing because those lights in the changing rooms, they were killing me. Just finding something that was really suited to a woman of my age.
There's so much out there, but I think it's just, it helps to have an expert eye, especially when you're trying to branch out. It helps, it's like me trying to do some exercises to rehab my Achilles or something like that, and not really making any progress. It like just helps to get that expert input. And, you can either hire a stylist or you can get a free styling and, personal shopper type person. So it is accessible for everyone. So I think that really helps. But I think it's also sometimes difficult to break out of what you're used to wearing. And you need that kind of support from someone else to go, you know what, I know this isn't your normal thing, but trust me when I say it works. And then putting those extra bits that perhaps a bit daring into an outfit to make it look a little bit more adventurous. But there is so many options and choices out there. And I would have said, actually, if it's a summer wedding, I would have got you something with a sleeve and lose the jacket. So lose that sort of formality to it. And there's so many options again with a 3/4 length sleeve or just something with enough coverage to make you feel confident. And then I would have got you in a wild color. And it doesn't have to be expensive. There's loads of options actually on the high street. Maybe, I don't know, 100 quid on a dress, but then you bring in some fun accessories and just the whole thing looks fabulous, right? You don't necessarily have to spend a fortune.
So maybe this is where your new book is going to come in, because, on the high street, getting the personal shopping kind of experience isn't really easy. I mean, you go into the changing room and you've got to keep coming out to pick, even just to get another size.
It's so annoying. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a headache. So, you've written this new book, Bolder, Not Older, haven't you? Show us the cover, because it's a beautiful looking. Yeah, look at that. In only 12 weeks, actually.
Yeah, dull to dazzling in 12 weeks.
Oh my goodness. So if I'd read this perhaps before I went shopping, I might have had a better experience.
Definitely. I think it's really hard to change the way we dress. It sounds like a simple thing, right? But when we get into our midlife, we do get set in our ways. We have so many limited beliefs about what we can and what we should or shouldn't be doing or wearing for our age, that it's quite hard to sort of break out of that. And then on top of that, we've got body shape changes with the menopause, and everyone is self-conscious about their tummy, and that holds them back massively. So, with clients, I'll put them in something fabulous and they go, oh, but you can see my tummy. And I'm like, you cannot see your tummy. You see it, but no one else is going to see that. They're just going to look at the outfit. So I thought, if I just write a book that says, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do that, it just adds more to that confusion. And actually change takes time. So I've written it as a 12-week program. Let's start off with how, your future self. How would you love her to look? And then what are your limiting beliefs? When you stand in front of the mirror and you're in an outfit, like for instance, when you're in that changing room and you're putting something on, how much of that is a rational thought and how much of that is just those voices in your head going, really? That's ridiculous. At your age, look at your arms. Oh God, look at your tummy. No, I don't think. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, awful. Look at the light. Oh, you look so old. All these things that just go on in our head. And then before we know, we just stick with the safe rather than pushing ourselves forward. And if I tell someone wear a red outfit, they'll look at me and go, oh, you're nuts. There's no ways I can do that. But if I take them on a process and build them up to that, then they're more likely to actually grow and change the way they see themselves in the mirror. And they're more likely to embrace it and stick with it at the end. So that's why yes, if you've done my program, you would have definitely by that point been more adventurous and, had that knowledge to make better choices and different choices. I think it's not better. The dress you wore was great, but it's about bringing that vibrancy, isn't it? That real fabulous touch to everything you wear, the joy in an outfit.
Yeah, because you can definitely get that from fashion, from clothing, that transformative experience of changing how you feel. You talk about, boosting your confidence. And this is so important for women when we're feeling, like you say, a bit invisible. We're not getting the wolf whistles anymore.
Yeah.
Definitely not getting
Well, I
those.
do, darling, but
So why is it we get into such a rush? Do you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm able to wear clothes that I did wear 20 years ago. I'm lucky that my body shape is preserved, probably through all the Pilates that I do. And so, and then I am actually wearing a pair of I'm going to call them pedal pushers. I'm not even sure if
Okay.
that's still
Yeah,
still
yeah.
a term.
It is.
Yeah, okay. And I
All in
bought
vogue,
these.
right on
Oh, are
trend.
they? Oh, I'm on trend. I won't show them to you. But I bought these 6 months after my eldest son was born, and he's
Oh, wow.
25 now.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah,
great. That's great that you're wearing them again, isn't it? I mean, that's brilliant for sustainability. As long as you haven't got so much old stuff in your wardrobe that you can't see the wood
yeah.
from the trees and then end up only
Mm.
wearing 10% of it. I think that's where the danger comes in when we hold on to everything and then just get overwhelmed.
I think that's it, isn't it? Because
Week 6, the great closet clear out.
uh,
I think that you need to be working through that next. But yeah, going back to invisibility, I think what I think is it's not society that makes us invisible. We make ourselves invisible
mm,
by subconsciously dulling ourselves down
mm,
because we feel subconscious about our shape or our weight or our wrinkles or, that we're successful or not successful, or we've got so many things going on. And as a result, we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. So
mm,
we wear, you know, more muted colors, nothing remarkable, nothing eye-catching, nothing wow, something that's just going to blend in but not stand out. And as a result, no one really notices you. You don't catch anyone's
mm,
eye, right?
mm, mm,
And actually, when you up-level your outfits, whether it's wearing more color or a vibrant print or a great outfit, whether it's even all neutrals, but it's well put together, people notice and people will comment and they'll go, wow, you look amazing. Oh, I love that. It may not be a wolf whistle, but it's going to be attention and compliments, isn't it? And then all of a
yes.
sudden you stop feeling invisible because you're noticed again. But you have
Mm,
intentionally created that and changed the way other people see you.
yeah. It's like nobody puts baby in the corner but baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this mindset piece is a real minefield in every aspect of our lives, really, in the workplace, when we're dealing with painful conditions, which
Yeah.
is my area of expertise. Health anxiety can really take you down the rabbit hole and perpetuate pain and problems. And I suppose it's very similar in this regard that if you are dressing drably, then you're probably going to feel a bit drab.
100%. I mean, I always
Yeah.
say it's impossible to have a bad day in a bright outfit. The color you wear directly impacts your mood. Even if you're feeling a bit low, or perhaps you're a bit anxious about something, or you
Mm,
know you've had a bad situation at work. When you wear a bright outfit, people naturally gravitate toward you, get more compliments, you feel more confident and just happier, because when you look in the mirror, you get that flash of color, it boosts your complexion.
mm,
And so it does make a difference. And I know I bang on about wearing color, but it's so powerful, and it doesn't have to be bright all the time. There's lots of ways of wearing color and incorporating it into your wardrobe, but it is so powerful in terms of how it changes our mindset and how people view us and how confident we feel in our skin.
yeah, I think that's true. And obviously, I know that's your trademark. So I wore this top today, which, I'm kind of under the impression that this is a universal color that suits everybody. Am I right or wrong? Yeah,
Corally color, isn't it?
it is corally, yes.
I mean, I think red's a universal color, but I don't know about
Mm.
coral, but it doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
okay.
It looks great on you. I think it's just about, do you look good in it? Do you feel good in it? That's the most important test at the end of the day. If you put something on and you go, oh my God, I look really washed out in this color, then actually that's probably not a great color for you. But if you can put it
Mm,
on, particularly without
okay.
lipstick, and go, actually, love this color, it makes you feel great, then wear it.
So what about shapes of garments? Is there a shape for women over 50 that we should be looking for?
There's not like one shape, because no woman over 50 is the same as another woman over 50, right?
Oh,
We're
yes.
not all pegs that fit into the same hole. So you have to take each woman into consideration. But I say
Mm.
the most important thing for women over 50 is to define your waist. And that's the
Oh,
one thing women over 50 don't do, because they just want to hide their tummy. In fact, everything they wear is driven by concealing that tummy. And that's not to say I totally get it. And yes, if I dressed you, I would also be doing that. But I wouldn't be doing it by wearing something baggy
Mm.
over your tummy. I would
Yeah.
actually be wearing a pair of high-waisted fitted trousers, maybe adding a belt to define your tummy, wearing a dress with a bold print, and then adding a belt or if it comes with a belt or something. But I always make sure you define that waistline. The minute you define that, actually what's happening below just pales into insignificance. So the most important thing really is making sure your waistline is defined. And also that goes down to underwear. Wearing underwear that actually is high rise enough and also sits in your waistline, rather than underwear that's a low rise and you get that bulge over the top of your panty
Yes.
line, which is often what people see when they're wearing trousers and they go, oh, look at my tummy sticking out. I'm like, that's just bad underwear. That's nothing to do about your tummy. You just haven't got the right foundation.
Mm.
So, get some good pants and make sure you wear more of a high-waisted trouser or skirt and define that waist with a belt or something like that. Now, obviously, this isn't going to apply to every single person on the planet, but generally speaking, there is not a 50-plus-year-old that I have styled over the last 15 years where I haven't defined their waist. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It really is the number one thing that I think we
Well,
need to be focused on.
I think that's interesting. Definitely. I was listening to a podcast last week where they were talking about what men find attractive about women, and the hip waist ratio was mentioned. So if we can't see a woman's waist, then we've no idea. And it didn't matter the size of the women's waist and hips, but the ratio. And if they're in proportion, particularly, then that's an attractive feature, as you say, to highlight.
Yeah, it makes you look sexy and feminine.
Yeah.
So the hourglass shape is sort of the ultimate female form, isn't it? And so when I'm styling, I'm just trying to make everyone look like an hourglass. And how you do that is by getting that balance and that proportion in through defining that waist, that midline, rather than the minute there's not that balance and proportion, then you look top heavy or bottom heavy. It just kind of throws out everything in an outfit. So it is
Yeah, that's a good lesson, though, isn't it? And kind of feel the fear and do it anyway is what you're saying, really, isn't it?
Yeah, with the right pieces and the right support and underwear. But just try it, find your waist, stand in front of the mirror, where is your waist, and just try and add a belt over a dress or go for something more high-waisted and just define that waistline and just see, I guarantee you're going to look better.
Yeah, I like that idea. Why do you think we lose our style confidence? Is it just boredom, or what's going on?
I think laziness. I think COVID killed our style. I think we've all got, you know, working from home and everyone was in their pajama bottoms with a different top on doing Zoom calls. Then the whole athleisure industry took off and, leggings became the new norm. And all of that just leads to throw on dressing. It's just throw on a pair of leggings with a top or, a pair of jeans and a top or shorts. And it's just like throw ons rather than dressing with intent, thinking about what is the outfit here. Fine if you want to wear leggings, right? Let's wear leggings. But what is the outfit? It's not just leggings and top. What is the outfit? How do you turn those leggings into more of an outfit? That's, again, what I try and get people to practice in the book. Is not to wear items, but wear outfits. So spending that little bit of time. Now, when we're younger, the minute we were going out on a hot date or just out for a party and that, we would spend hours trying things on before deciding what to wear. But as we've got older, that never happens, right? We've still got things in our wardrobe, like you, Phillipa, from 25 years ago. And most of it hasn't had a look in. I could probably get rid of like 1.5 of your wardrobes and you wouldn't notice, right? But we don't spend that time. We don't invest in that time in actually experimenting with the clothes we've got. I'm not saying you have to go buy a whole lot of new stuff, but just mixing and matching different things together so that you can create a few new interesting outfits. And I talk about that again with my 7-day edit, which is like, get a rail, like mine, put 10 outfits from your wardrobe and just spend half an hour mixing and matching those 10 outfits to see how many outfits you can create. Even if it's 2 or 3 outfits, take photos, stick them on the inside of your cupboard, and you've got 3 new outfits from what you've, wearing in your wardrobe. But when I say outfits, I mean not just top and bottom. I mean, well, have you got your accessories on with that? What shoes are you wearing with that? What is the bag going to be? Just really thinking about all the elements of that look, not just, oh, well, it's a top and trousers. Yeah, that'll do. That's not an outfit.
Mm.
What else can you add? What more
Yeah.
detail can you put into it?
I did do this once and hung my wardrobe in outfits and hung the necklace on the hanger and maybe a bracelet and the scarf that goes with it, the belt for your waist, obviously. And it really does make a difference to that idea of panic dressing, is what I end up doing nowadays. I did it on Friday night when we were going out with friends, panic dressing, thinking, oh gosh, I've got 2 minutes to
Yeah.
And actually, it's a really fun exercise, isn't it? And if you've got a girlfriend round and did it together with somebody,
Cup of tea.
cup of tea, there you go. Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned sustainability, and I'm afraid that is a passion of mine. Reuse, recycle, repurpose.
100%.
Um, and so if that's an option with the things that you've got, but on the other hand, I've got things in there, I know I do, that when I put them on, they don't make me feel good. And I'll put them back on the hanger. Why don't I just put them in the bag and recycle them to the charity shop?
Exactly. Someone else can benefit and get lots of joy out of it. There's just, I'm all for reusing stuff, but actually, if it doesn't make you feel good, it's not serving
Mm,
anyone. It's just taking up
mm,
space in your wardrobe. And every time you
yeah.
put it on, you feel average. What is the point? So clear those pieces out and then really work on mixing and matching the other bits that you've got. And also means you've got a better viewpoint of what you do have, because
Mm,
otherwise people end up just buying more of what they've got, just goes back in the cupboard, and they just can't even see the wood from the trees and
mm,
just end up
yeah.
wearing such a small portion of their wardrobes.
Yeah, this is true. I tell you what, though, footwear, oof, I'm having
Yeah.
trouble. So my granny, I inherited her bunions.
Okay.
And also as a physiotherapist, I've worn trainers my whole life. And so anything that remotely resembles a heel is just off the menu. What on earth can I do?
Well, there are heels, but very low heels. I could give you some brands like Aaron Grace is a great one to look at. It's a very small independent brand, but they have low heel shoes, super comfy, great with bunions and things like that, but still feminine. There's
Mm,
always an option. I think people tend to get into the, oh, well, I can't wear heels anymore. Just I only live in trainers. Oh, I can't possibly wear a blazer anymore because of this problem or whatever. And I'm like, there's always a solution. It's just how much effort you're prepared to put in to find it. Now, as you know, being a Pilates, movement, physiotherapist, etc., expert, posture is everything, right?
oh,
And
yes.
your posture improves with a heel, because it's very hard to be slouched and lean forward when you've got a little bit of a heel. It doesn't have to be a high heel, even a heel instantly puts your posture back in the right place. And I think actually, as we get older, we know how hard it is to maintain that posture, right? And very
Mm,
easy to slop around in trainers and our posture just goes. So actually making that effort to wear a little bit of a heel, even if it's a low heel, when you go out, if nothing else,
mm,
helps improve that posture, helps get your core engaged, and helps you walk differently. And also boosts your confidence and makes the outfit look better. It always does. Put a
yeah.
heel on and you instantly look just better, slimmer, taller. It just boosts the confidence and makes it feel more special and different. If you're
Mm,
wearing trainers day in, day out, and then you go out in trainers, it's the same, isn't it? It's you're
mm,
never getting that extra where I'm making a little bit more effort today. And if you are going to wear trainers all the time, I say get a metallic pair of trainers, please. They're fabulous patent gold pair or silver pair. That's what I wear. So at least that feels a little bit more, I don't know, special and sparkly rather than just the white ones or sports trainers all the time.
yeah, yeah. I love that idea. The sparkly, patent, shiny
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great suggestion. And so some of those trainers have got a bit of a build up at the back, don't they?
Some
Some.
of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you
Not
could be
so,
a
yeah.
bit taller.
Yeah, exactly. If there's a will, there's a way. I think there's very easy
Mm.
to just write something off and go, well, I can't do that anymore. I've got this now and I'm too old, so can't do that. And yeah, obviously there are some people who genuinely can't do something, but most of the time you can. There is a solution, there is an option if you're willing to open your mind to it and try it.
And we are worth it, as the saying goes.
Always.
So always. What other gems have you got hidden away in that book? Because I'm loving the sound of this challenge to go through the book like a program and reinvent my wardrobe and come out at the end of it feeling more confident and more vital, because feeling energized and vital is so attractive in a human being, isn't it?
Yeah, and it makes you feel young, and
Mm,
it's not about, I guess it's not about being young, but it's about
mm,
feeling young. Because so
mm,
many women I meet say, well, I might be 60, but I still feel 30, but it's not
mm,
reflected, right? Wardrobe's a great way to express that energy, that little girl that's still inside you. And, a great way to express that is through color and print. So I have a chapter dedicated to color, which is all about taking you again on a journey through color. As I said, it's not about throwing you into a color and saying, you've got to wear this or you can't wear that, but it's about really understanding how to style color and wear color together. So if I said to you, Phillipa, tomorrow I want you to wear the fuchsia pink blouse and red trousers.
I've seen that done in fashion, and I've seen it work like on other people, and always thought I couldn't do that. But that's my self-limiting belief there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
but you've just
right.
decided that without
Yeah.
actively trying it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
maybe fuchsia and red isn't the best combination for you. Maybe it would be cobalt blue and emerald green or something, so a different
Mm,
color block. It's finding those colors that you really enjoy, or if that still feels a bit uncomfortable, maybe it's working with pastels. So maybe a lovely pastel pink with some lemon yellow skirt or trousers. It's all about playing and
mm,
finding those colors that spark joy and energy and make you feel good, and then experimenting with putting them together. So there's a lot of focus around that. And also, and because what I see is that people will say, yeah, I wear color, but it's always a colorful top with a pair of jeans or a
mm,
pair of black trousers or maybe a pair of white trousers or shorts or
mm,
something like that. It's not really wearing color to its full potential. And the same goes with print. There might be a print blouse. Again, it'll be with jeans. That's the fail-safe outfits. Going out to the pub
mm,
on a Saturday night, print blouse or jeans. And again, in the book, there's a whole chapter on how to style print. So it's like, well, look at the print. Is there a color in the print that you could bring out to style it with? So even if you're going to wear it with denims, say it's a blue and a green floral blouse, could you wear it with the green jeans and then tying the print into the outfit rather than just outfit, items just worn
mm.
together. So there's a lot of focus around color and print. And if you can get that together,
Yeah.
then that's a great foundation for your wardrobe. And then you see things
Ah,
differently and you see,
mm.
oh, I could do that and that together. And you just, start being more confident about trying new things.
Well, let's have a look at this picture of me with my family. This was us. We went out for my birthday a few weeks ago. I love to do things rather than sit and eat a meal. So we
Yeah,
were playing shuffleboard, interactive darts, and we finished the evening in the karaoke booth, which just was heaven. Uh,
amazing.
I had a whale of a time. So I think you'll agree, I am the most colourful amongst
Yeah,
the party.
definitely.
And my sons, they haven't really made much effort, have they? There, it's
And
quite
you're not
obvious.
wearing trainers.
I'm not. You know what those are, though? The special walking sandals.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
they're not trainers, are they? I have my whole
Mm.
hiking wardrobe too. So I have my hedgehogs and all sorts of hiking gear. So yeah, but I just don't wear them day to day.
So how am I doing there with the print and the colour? What do you think?
Love the print, love the color. Is that like the black? What is the black? Is that just the bias of the skirt?
So I was wearing layers so I could take off
Right.
the
Okay.
cardigan if I
So for
got hot.
me, the black
Mm.
strip kills the
Oh,
connection of that outfit.
Oh, okay, I'm with.
So if I was there, I would say tuck the t-shirt in. I
Uh-huh.
want to see your waist, and I
Yes.
want the
Yeah.
print to be right up against the jumper, and I'd probably add a belt
Oh,
just to kind of bring
okay.
it all together.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's perfect. It was kind of an interesting exercise actually, preparing for this conversation because I did take some time going through my photographs on my phone. So I'm really ready and raring to go to do the wardrobe. What did you call it?
Detox. And
Yes.
then once you've done that, you can start
Mhm.
editing your wardrobe into new outfits and then playing with color and print and finding that waist.
Seeing where the gaps are, I suppose, because there is always the option for thinking I need a new, what would you call it? I'm going to say keystone piece, but that's probably the wrong word. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
you mean like a capsule piece or a
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, I think I would say don't worry so much about getting practical pieces.
Oh,
Focus more on getting exciting pieces.
oh.
Try and build an exciting wardrobe. I think a lot of people focus on the essential
Yes.
items, the
Yes.
essential
Yes.
building blocks, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I must have a denim jacket and a black blazer and
Mm.
a white shirt and all of that. And I go, well, that's irrelevant because it's not
Oh,
necessarily how you are. And
oh.
also, it just ends up with a wardrobe of essentials and there's no
Mm.
excitement. So,
Mm.
bolder, not older is all about excitement. So, if you the gaps might be actually I could do with a bit of print, I could do with a bit more color rather than, oh,
Mm.
actually I should get a gray cardigan because I don't have one and that's a good essential to have.
Ah.
Do you know what I
Oh, okay.
mean? So I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
say in the essentials and go for the exciting pieces because they are the ones that are going to push you out of your comfort zone. And then you're going to need to think more cleverly about how you would style them. So that skirt you had on in the last photo, that's quite a fun, exciting piece, isn't it?
Hmm.
So again, using the tips from the book, you could style that in a way that made it really wow. And just, giving that the wow factor instead of like putting the t-shirt down, they kind of dulled the print down. It's like tuck it
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
You've got the beautiful blue cardigan with the print, and then you could even add a yellow belt with it. And then all of a
Oh.
sudden it's a real wow outfit. Yeah. So absolutely identify the gaps, but more gaps in terms of items, not specific. So, oh, actually, I can do with I need some more colored trousers. I need some, and then you don't need to go and buy it all at once. You can build up
Mm.
over time. I think that's the thing. I mean, you have an amazing figure because obviously you're fit, you're healthy, you exercise all the time. So let's show it off a little bit, right? Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's get that sass and sex appeal into it. There's so many women who wish they could look like you, wish that they had your shape. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
like showing everyone just how fabulous you are.
I know. I feel bad kind of grumbling about it because I know what you say is true, but it is, confidence coming from here, not from here. You know what I
Yeah, which is
mean?
why I totally get that. It's a 12-week
Mm.
program. It
Yeah,
takes 12
yeah,
weeks to change your head and to
yeah,
get you thinking differently. So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like about giving yourself time, and maybe it even takes longer, but that's
Mm,
okay. But as long as you've got that intention, it's the same way. If you want to rehab an injury, it's going to
mm,
take you 6 to 12 weeks, right, to work
yeah,
through it.
yeah,
And you could
yeah,
put in a lot of excuses about why you can't do the exercises, or you can say, actually, I really want to achieve this. I want to
yeah.
get to that place. And so you invest that time in. It's exactly the same thing. Think of your
Mm.
wardrobe as your injury that needs help. You got to pull that band-aid off and put time in for his little exercises so that you can reinvent it.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've absolutely inspired me today. And I'm sure that you've inspired hundreds and thousands of other women to bite the bullet and give a bit of wardrobe CPR. But not just that, to feel fabulous after 50 is our right, isn't it?
It's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift. And so, thank you so much for coming along on the podcast today. Tell us one more time about your book, would you please?
Bolder, not older, everybody. Go and get it. And if you've already got it, please pop a review on Amazon. That would be much appreciated. And tag me, Nicky Hambleton-Jones, on Instagram with any of your photos along your bolder journey. I would love to see it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that now you mention it.
Great, do. Love it.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming along. It's been wonderful to have you chatting in the flesh. Well, it feels like that on the
It does.
podcast.
It's
And
been great.
oh, thank you so
I
much
really
for coming
enjoyed it.
along.
Love the
Thank you.
photos and little critiquing that you put me on the spot there.
Well, I'm going to say cheerio to everybody and have a great rest of your day. And it's bye from us on the Moving Through Menopause podcast. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Whether you're dealing with menopause-related symptoms or looking to improve your overall health, this podcast has something for everyone. Hit the subscribe now button and never miss an episode. Let's embark on this journey together to thrive through menopause and beyond.